ideas of what is going on, what is happening. In terms of tactics, I honestly feel like the game yesterday, was it yesterday? Spurs versus Chelsea. The game yesterday, Spurs versus Chelsea, was crazy. But it made me realize something. Okay, boys, let me just give you the day. So we all know what's going to happen. So none of us gets like that uncertainty feeling of, oh no, is he going to show us match? The United match will happen today. We'll watch the United match today. Calm down. Tomorrow, Chelsea-Tottenham. Okay? The thing is, though, I have been thinking about this a lot, and I've also been mentioning on stream sometimes. We'll talk about just this quickly, then we'll look at the goals. I want to see the goals of this week. The goals I haven't seen. Some of the highlights from Serie A, maybe. I think Spain we saw, and Atletico Madrid is going to play a half an hour. I think those are the interesting ones. Napoli is playing currently, and Juve later. So we'll have Juve and Napoli going on through the games. If there's something happening, we will watch the goals, etc. It was Lewis. It was, honestly, I just rewatched the match quickly, just to get an idea of what was going on. But the thing I find interesting at the wait a minute, where's my pen? Just hold up, boys. The thing I find interesting right now in football is basically this. You see Loftus-Cheek is being used here, and it was used there last season too, against Real Madrid. It's the game people remember mostly. But we also saw Callum Hudson-Odoi being used there, right? This guy is not at a level, I don't know honestly if he is at Chelsea level. But he's obviously having a position now. Like, this is his position. He can play for Chelsea this position. I think Chelsea and Tuchel believes that, or else I don't know what Tuchel is doing. Maybe he doesn't want it. But he can obviously tug in, right? So he's a right wing back that can tug in. So the interesting thing here is that Chelsea played in a 4-4-2 defensive shape, where it was just a 4 with Kurela going into the backline, right? But the interesting thing is you use now Loftus-Cheek in a midfield, but you can also use him as a winger. You can get both out of him what you want. Similarly, Spurs also plays a 3 at the back with Emerson going into the back line and this being the 4. This being the second line of 4. And then you have these two up top. So it's a 4-4. No, this is how they attack actually. When they defend, this guy goes back. So they defend in a back 5. The thing is that interesting is how there's actually starting to... You're now creating a new position for a lot of footballers that didn't have... where they were not relevant at top level. You get me? So, you see Seneziz now, but you also see Perisic. Perisic is not was used as a wingback, left wingback, right? Because playing at a top level, he could not play for... But he could, honestly, Perisic could. Not the best example. I think the best example is actually what we're seeing today from Atletico Madrid. They're also working on this, but look how they set up their 3 at the back. So Atletico 3 at the back this is wrong because Saul goes back here. Maybe it's a 4-4-2 actually. It'll be interesting to see, but it hasn't looked from preseason. Saul goes into the back 3. And then you have these 3 players playing as midfield, or João Felix going into the back line, so it becomes a like 5-4-1, right? But the thing is interesting actually now, Saul is not good enough to be a midfielder, but you can now use Saul in this left wing back position, you know, where he can help in the midfield. He can obviously have that midfield role, but just not completely. If you want, it's difficult to work inside here because that's where you need passers. You need to be intelligent, and it's very tough at the highest level to play that position. The thing that's interesting is how Witsel in offensive shape is going to play there. These two playing a bit higher. João playing, I think, on this side, so it becomes a 4-3-3. This is how I think they are going to set up 4-3-3 offensive shape. But defensive shape, you would see Saul drop into this backline and it becomes a 5-4-1. But you use so many different players now than what you normally do with this type of formation. That's what I found interesting. So in this game they use Saul. But the thing is, they also use Carrasco. You know? This guy. Carrasco can also play that formation. He can also play this solo role. So you have this workhorse winger that at top level would never work, because you need, if you want to play winger at top level at the moment, you have to be exceptional, because that's where the goals must come from. That's one of the main goal positions. And if you're a winger, you don't score goals. What are you going to do? If you're left-sided, right-footed winger, a goal. Oh, Verona goal. Napoli didn't look good either. Anyways, if they look a bit heavy, but let's see. So, what should Carrasco do? He should maybe go a level lower, or he should play right back, right? That's what you want him to do if you want to play for a top team. But he doesn't even have the physical characteristics of a right back. What would you do with this guy? You play him as a left wing back in the same position as you do with the Perisic. So there's a whole, and the thing is, the fun thing becomes now, who can take advantage of this role besides Perisic, Carrasco, Saul, Ruben Loftus-Cheek? England has so many wingers that can run, and that have. That's also why you saw Callum Hudson-Odoi play right wing back. But I think you want to see them in the left wing back position, because they then can go inside, because it becomes a 4-4-2. Perisic at Inter was playing in a 4-4-2. He was playing a winger, and he was playing a left midfielder. But it's all about them also having the defensive responsibility. But you can use so many English wingers in this position that are not good enough for the top level, but have the workhorse mentality, have the speed, have the dribbling, where they don't expect to score the goals, but can help offensively and defensively. You see?